Hi, everyone. This is Jeffrey. This is regular. And this is the summer solstice reading. First, I'm going to do the collective, and then I will go sign by sign. So I'm going to begin, and then I'll make my announcements after the collective. Okay, so we're at 20 seconds. Well, let's make it 30. All right, so this is for the summer solstice. Hello, hello. So the way I'm going to do it, hi, Jen. The way I'm going to stick with me because Virgo is going to come up quick because I'm going to start with Cancer. Um, the way I'm going to do it, so this is how I do the solstice readings. And the readings are on sale. So until the 25th. So this is the way I do it. Okay. So I throw big cards. I mean, they're big physically. And then I throw small cards to get details. So I'm just going to throw 3 cards and then 3 on top, unless I am called to do something else. It must be very hot where you are, right, Jen? I've been looking. I saw that it's very hot in Mexicali, and I know you're really close. I don't know if you're going to get anything from the hurricane. You might. You might get some rain. We're getting rain. Um, all right. So this is the big picture, and then the small ones are the details. Oh, let me write it down. 150 collective. All right. I have to shuffle. All right. I have a lot of books available. I put the solstice on sale. The solstice is on sale. I'm selling the solstice. And tarot classes are beginning again on the 26th. Nancy has not been well. She's been in the hospital, but she's getting better. She's out of the hospital. 114. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, so the 3 cards are going to be where you're coming from, where you're at, and where you're going. Okay? So where you're coming from, let me show you. Well, here it's like not even 70. Not even 70. It's rainy, cloudy. I just got a new tent. All right. It goes this way. I know it's opposite for you. So where you're at is like you're putting yourself in this place of like, I can't do it. I have too much in my head. I can't get out of this mess. But it's all self imposed and it's mental. And where you're going is to be stable, to be practical, to build something, to build it until it's done. And where you're going is to a place of comfort, wealth, self sustainability. Nice. You can hear me, right? You can hear me well? I want to put on the microphone, but I don't know how it works. So that is for the collective. So where you're at is like not a great place, but it's like you're going to pick yourself up and get really practical and build things and take action on it and stay until it's done. This is for the next 6 months because it's a solstice reading. If you really like the reading, make it for 12 months. And where you're going is this is the lady in the garden. She's wealthy. She made her own money. She sustains herself. She's very discerning. She invites who she wants into her garden, and she's quite intuitive. She's got her little bird, her little falcon. She can send her falcon out. Okay, that's the big picture. And the small picture are smaller cards, the details. So this is, Jen, this is how I do like the solstice reading. If I do it for a year, I throw 12 cards for the 12 months, starting June 21st through June 21st next year. And then I throw the smaller ones. All right. Anyway, all the information is below for books, for readings, for the classes. Great. Look at that. Oh, wow. All right. So for this, I get the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is like there's an opportunity right in front of you to be more secure, to begin something in the physical world. Take a class, start a new project, but something in the physical world, but that has no obstacles, which would take you through the vortex into a new way of thinking. So that's really good news for this card. So it breaks it up. Hi, Miss Orchid. I'm still doing the collective. And then, so that's where that's where you're coming from. And where you're at is I'm going to build something new and I have a strategy and I'm taking action on it. This is a really good combination because this one is serious and practical. And this one is full of fire, ready to move, ready to take action with passion, with like the creativity, understanding, this ability to move. All right, so we have earth and fire. And then where you're going within the next 6 months is to the place of wealth, to the place of comfort twice. Twice. So this could mean your home and your business, or your relationships and your health. You know, because the pentacles always symbolize, excuse me, the pentacles always symbolize the physical world. That's a really nice reading. Really nice. Really nice. Okay. That was for the collective. Now I'm going to begin with Cancer because it is the summer solstice. And I have to continue to write down, put the cards together. All right. So all the links are below for all my stuff that I have available for sale. I put the solstice reading, which would be a 12-month reading, on sale for $50. It's usually $125 until, like, say, the 25th, because the 26th we start the classes. Now, put out prayers for Nancy. She was in the hospital. She's been having a problem with her lungs. And but she's mending. She's got a plan. She's doing okay. So, but you know, send her love. You go to her site. You could send her money. You could take our class. My tee matches my sweater. All right. And you know what the overall energy is for the solstice? Dig in. Like the things that make you happy, the things that are working, the things that you know make you feel comfortable, make you feel safe, make you feel clear, make you feel loved. Dig in. Dig in. Well, Jen, I know you're a healer. I don't know whether you know you're a healer, but I know you're a healer. So, intention. Okay, that's what I have to say. You know, because really healing comes from the intent. It's like you could do the ritual, not do the ritual. Oh, I did it on the wrong day. I'm wearing the wrong color. It doesn't matter. It's really about the intent. You go into your heart and you send love. Simple as that. You go into your heart, you send love. There you go. All right, so let's begin with Cancer. Let's get the timing right. Cancer. I did really well last time, where I wrote down all the things. So I'll put the thing in the description. Okay, Cancer. So I'm doing the big picture and then the details. Where you're at, what you're about to embark on, and where it eventually leads you. 1, 2, well, again, 3. All right, a lot of creativity. Where you're at is hopeful for the future, looking at different places, looking at different opportunities, expecting good things to come in, really creative, hopeful, looking at a new place or a new way of looking at it. It's the international card. So sometimes it's like I'm looking at an idea from another place and I'm going to put it together creatively. I'm expecting good things to come in. I've let go of what doesn't work. Okay. Where it leads you is to the lovely Nine of Pentacles again. So the nine, to me, this is the card of the entrepreneur because it feels like for me with her, she made her own money. She made her own money and she's living in the garden that she cultivated. She cultivated her own garden and she chooses who comes in and who doesn't. And there's a little snail here. And that's really about the comfort of home, about being with oneself and being in the abundance of self and the abundance of what you've created. Wonderful. And then I have the Three of Swords. For me, these other two cards are really good. So I'm feeling like the Three of Swords is like there's a revelation through the heartache. That sometimes some things don't work or stop working or are very disappointing, but there's a certain light in it. There's a sometimes let's say a relationship ends and it ran its course and it hurts, but there's a certain clarity and creativity that comes out of that. All right, that this is Cancer. And then the smaller picture, I'm glad you heard that. And I hope you're doing well, Miss Orchid. I bet you don't miss Florida with the weather, especially hurricane season coming. So this hurricane that hit Mexico, it hit on the coast, sort of on the border of the states of Oaxaca and Guerrero, which is, kind of farish from me. But like 2 days ago, it was a tropical storm and it hit it was like just right at a 4. This is what happens now. They get really strong really quick. Yeah, it's a little cool here today. That's why I'm wearing my little sweater, but it's yellow, so I figured, for the thing. Okay, Cancer, smaller picture, details, I should say. 1, 2, 3. Wow. All right. So, I have the Tower. The Tower is, the thing about the Tower is it's the middle of the story. So don't get all weird about a certain card. This is just energy I'm reading. The Tower is really about, I'm vibrating at a different level, and what used to work doesn't work anymore. And what I thought was established and for sure isn't anymore. And that's maybe why you're looking at a different, because, he's out the shore. You can't really see. I mean, if this were like the correct, this should be blue because this is like he's at a bay or an ocean or something like that. That's why it's in the international card. And, he's a merchant. So he's putting stuff on the ship that he doesn't want anymore. And he's like, we're getting rid of this. We're sending it overseas and maybe we could sell it there. But at the same time, he's also expecting ships coming in with like the wool he's going to sell, just for an example. So what you thought might have been established, maybe it's falling apart and probably for the best because we go into, self-sufficiency and the sun. And the sun is about joy and freedom and fertility and growth and clarity and clarity. So great card, best card in the deck. And then the heartache has really been about this isolation that you felt. I feel like, it's kind of a shadow work reading. It's like something happens, right? But you get really clear on it and you're able to like do something with it, in the physical world. And, then there's this moment of like, Oh, I wish that had worked out. And I need to be able to see the light here because there's hope here. And it's about, sometimes the deeper meaning of that card is like, I'm bringing myself in out from the cold. I'm taking care of myself in a new way. Like maybe I haven't been taking care of myself physically, and now I'm really going to get serious about it because it's a change. I haven't really taken care of my diet. It's physical. I haven't really, maybe I'm aware of how hard I've always worked, and now it's time to like change that. So it's a very interesting little reading, a lot of change. But we have the sun in the middle, which is really great. All right, I can hear the rain. That is Cancer. Now, Leo. Okay, Cancer was at 9:15. Leo is at 16, say 10. No, really. All right. Hi, Leo. This is Jeffrey. This is Red Color. This is Summer Solstice reading. Classes begin soon. Books available for sale. Readings on sale. All the information is below. These live readings, I was on 2 hours last time, but we'll see. Maybe I'll be on for 2 hours, or maybe I'll be on for 6. I have no idea. All right. I'm not going to be on for 6 hours. That I can see. Okay, Leo. 1, 2, 3. You've put up a boundary, and you're walking away from something that was once very satisfying, but toward something else, toward something that's more fulfilling, more. You're being called. Basically, it's a spiritual quest. And then you can get calm and make a decision. You have to like sit and rest. You know, you put up a boundary. This is really a boundary card. It's like I put up a boundary. I'm walking away, and now I have to decide what I'm going to do. Okay. And it's a soft rain, thank God. The smaller the details. I think you're putting up a boundary with somebody from the past, right? Maybe something that used to be really loving and fulfilling, but somehow it's changed. Or, sometimes in relationships with people, you go one way and they go another way. I don't really quite get them. They don't really quite get me, and it's okay. And here you get really clear about what needs to be cut out. I'm not saying the relationship is ending, but you're walking away with a very clear vision, because he's the butcher. This guy just cuts stuff out, and in a very clear manner. So maybe, sometimes relationships with people, they turn into like a little, I don't know, abusive, or you realize that this person is like a liar. And it's like, I don't really have patience for this. All right. And then you sit and contemplate it, and it's like, okay, I'm going to have to find a new balance here. I'm going to have to find a new balance here. Maybe I was too reliant on them, or they were too reliant on me. Or maybe, they moved far away, or I moved far away, and, we've got to work something out, but it's not going to be the same as what it was. That's what I'm really getting. It's not going to be the same as what it was, which is fine. Things change. Believe me, when I moved here, things changed. All right. That was Leo. And now we move into Virgo. See, it was really quick, Jen. All right. I have some plants that I wanted to replant today, Miss Orchid, right? So I have, I wish I had it here. It's a succulent, and it grows, um, software update. And I put in the password, and it just keeps on software update every 10 minutes. Anyway, it grows, it, the color is like such a dark purple, it's almost black. And it's a succulent, and it grows like a real typical flower, and it's really fabulous. And it wasn't doing well. I cut it down. Anyway, now I have all these little babies. So I've been taking off the little babies and replanting them because they're succulents. And I was going to do some more today, and I looked it up, and it's like the moon is in Aries, and not a good time. Hi, Susan. Hi, Susan. I didn't hear your thing. My phone was on vibrate, but I already did Cancer. But don't worry. We're at Virgo. Libra's coming next. All right. Anyway, my phone was on vibrate, and it's still on vibrate because I can't get a phone call in the middle of this. All right. Virgo is at 2150, let's say. Hi, Virgo. This is the Summer Solstice reading. All the information about how to contact me, my books, the classes is below. Say a prayer for Nancy. She was in the hospital, but she's doing better. And her lungs are clearing. And it's really been going on really for a few months. And I think we've all been denial. She's coughing and coughing. And I'm like, oh, it'll pass, but it didn't pass. Anyway, now hopefully now it's passing. All right. 1, whoops, 2, 3. Okay, Virgo. Look at that. Nice. All right. The opportunity to heal is here. And this could be coming from the outside, or it could also be coming, it's almost like a gift to oneself. This is a knight in shining armor. And there's an intuition, a gift, a healing, an offer, an emotional offer, right? And then we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is really great. The King of Cups is, he's the listener. He listens to his heart. And he's tremendously compassionate, really lovely. And then I have the card of wealth, the card of foundation, of establishment, of dynasty, of family. It's like an intergenerational family business kind of thing. That's really nice. So maybe there's a gift or an intuitive understanding that you have of what you got both physically and emotionally from your community. Beautiful. Oh, okay. I'm glad you hear me loud and clear because, I like to use my microphone, but I don't know how to do the microphone with the thing anymore. I don't know. I pressed the button. I don't know what button I pressed. You know how it goes. All right. Now, what's the smaller thing for Virgo? And readings like this are on sale. And if you book a reading, it'd be 12 months, starting June 21st through June 21st. All right. 1, 2, lovely. 3. All right. I think the healing comes from building something with community. So there's this understanding of, being with others who are like-minded, or maybe attracting the people who have skills that you need, or something that, that you can build that is maybe unconscious right now, but there's like the creative juices are flowing. All right. Now, if you listen to yourself and you here and you look at it and look at it with like eyes of compassion, then you get clarity, abundance, freedom, joy, growth, fertility. I mean, this is the summer card. Okay. And in terms of this family thing, there's like this there it could either be a matriarch or there's a clarity. There's a certain clarity and a vision of the future that it's super clear. So when I get these two together, somehow there's a real magic there because he's sort of like the feminine queen and she's sort of like the masculine. He's the feminine king, duh, and she's sort of the masculine queen. So it's a real balance of intuition and intellect in a really healthy manner. So I think you're going to get a lot of clarity about the gifts that you received or that you were able to access from your community or family. Oh, thank you, Jen. That you're going to be able to build into something in the physical world. Really nice. Really nice. Okay, that was Virgo. That's amazing, Jen. That's amazing. I really wanted to go talk to the trees today, but it's it's really like it drizzles and then it rains and then it's and it's kind of gloomy and I mean I don't mind going to the park on a day like that, but I don't know. I think I'll wait because when you go to the park, it's super green when it's a day like today, and there's no one there, which is even better. You can't lay down in the grass, but I mean, you can. I go even when it's like the dry season and it's like dust. I'm like laying around in dust. It's like I don't care. I like to lay down on the ground, literally lay down. That makes me happy. All right, let's do Libra. All right, Libra is at 2810. Let's say. Okay. Hi, Libra. This is your summer solstice reading. Readings are on sale. Classes begin soon. Lots of books available. All the information is below. I bought a candle. I was going to light the candle, but it's just too early. It's the 19th. And, I'll light it on the 21st. Okay, Libra, let's see. 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay. You really are, you're like digging into building something, but you're being really practical. You're being really practical. Some people don't see this as a positive card. I mean, you can go either way. It's a 4, so he's super practical, and he doesn't like just spend money to spend money. He's like, he really looks at it. He's like, where am I going to put my effort? It's not just money, but it's also your physical body and your physical effort, right? Because it's anything in the physical world. So you're being, and these like all three of these cards are super practical. And then I get the Emperor, and the Emperor is really like he's kind of dad. And so like there's a real masculine energy here and an energy of really using your mind, being really practical to build something that's really solid and really stable, and knowing that the buck stops with you. you know, because I have the Emperor and I have him. So this is energy of like taking in your own, like being in your own, like controlling your own garden or whatever it is, right? I know, but I'm doing Libra too, Susan. This is Libra right now. I like to do different order because, you know, I don't know. I have to switch it up somehow. All right. Details, 2, 3. Okay. The Magician. You know, the Magician's a really powerful card. I mean, in a lot of ways, it's really the first card in the deck. You know, the Fool is the first card, but the Fool is like, he's unborn yet, so he's kind of a soul. He's really a card of the soul. But the Magician comes in and he's one, he's a leader. He's all about unity, he's all about beginning. And the thing that, like, the message of the Fool is you are eternal and that you have everything you need to build whatever it is you want or to make whatever it is you want, whether it's emotional or thought or your passion or emotion, thought, passion, or the physical world. So it's a really powerful card. It's this energy of I am that I am. I am powerful. I am wealthy. I am comfortable. I am safe. Like that energy. And, you know, maybe part of the reason that you don't want to let go, that you want to be really practical, is because you've been disappointed when you haven't been practical. Okay? And then with the Emperor, it's like, here's the opportunity. So it feels like there's a lot of work involved here, a lot of like focus, practicality, stableness, and then, you know, realize the gifts that you have, utilize the gifts that you have, let go of the disappointment of, you know, what didn't work in the past, you know, because sometimes, you know, you're right at the end of like building something or putting something, you know, like planting something, and it's like, well, it didn't work last time. Like you bought the trees, but you don't plant them. It's like, well, you're never going to get any fruit unless you plant the tree. Even though it didn't work last time, it's like, well, maybe you bought a new type of tree, or maybe you're putting a different place in the garden, or, you know, like just keep on, be practical, use your head, you know, use your head. And that's, you know, it's like you built your own opportunity. You built your own opportunity. Really nice. Really nice. Okay. Next is Scorpio. So organized. Very organized today. I say that. I'm not even halfway through. All right. So we're expecting a lot of rain tomorrow. I mean, it's raining today, but tomorrow I think is going to be the day where it really moves up into Mexico. I mean, I don't really know where the storm is going. But the thing that Mexico City, we don't really get them because we don't really get hurricanes because there's so many mountains between here and there. Mexico's all mountains. So it's just going to break it up. I mean, the winds are already down to like 40, 50 miles an hour when it hit like 150 miles an hour. All right. I'm so used to the small cards now. Like the big cards are hard to shuffle. My hands hurt. Okay, Scorpio is at 3440, let's say. Hi, Scorpio. This is your reading for the summer solstice, June 21st. Light a candle, set your intent. Readings are available, books are available, classes are available. All the information is below. one. And I'm having a special on solstice readings. Ah! Oh my. I already put down the 3 cards, so whatever fell out ain't coming to this. All right. I'm going to have to shuffle better. Okay. Clarity about what you want to build and how it can heal you. How it can heal you. It's almost like offering a gift to yourself. And this is also, it could be involved in community. Okay? And there's a clarity about the gifts that you have and the gifts that you received and how to utilize them. That's what it is. And I think I'm going to be back for the full moon on the 24th, I believe. Okay. You're clear about the opportunities in front of you. And the thing that you want to build, you're sitting and contemplating until it becomes clear and stable. And the gift and the intuition is really about bringing yourself into a state of balance, bringing yourself into a state of fairness. And not only bringing yourself, but really, because this is the only big card on the thing, is like receiving the illumination of heaven in a balanced, clear manner. Nice reading. All right, that was Scorpio for the solstice. And now we move into Sagittarius. I haven't eaten. I really should have eaten before. And I bought bananas yesterday, but they're not quite ready. I want to make oatmeal, but you know, there's a little bit of green. Maybe I'll make eggs. All right. I usually don't eat breakfast, to tell you the truth. All right, so this is for Sagittarius, for the solstice. But I've really got to shuffle because the same cards keep coming up. All right, I'm going to shuffle these, pre-shuffle these. So I hope everyone's well. I hope you have something in mind that you want to bring in for the solstice. What do you want to bring in? You know, and the message basically for everyone is dig in. Dig in. Like, what makes you happy? What brings you joy? What do you want to grow? All right. Sagittarius at 38, say 30. Hi, Sagittarius. I had to make the 28 into a 38. Oh, good. Yeah, the Scorpio reading was pretty good, right? All right, Sagittarius. My moon, well, no, my Venus and Mars and Vesta are in Sagittarius. Okay. Wow. All right. The gift, the opportunity is on the inside. So Sagittarius, I think it was similar. I can't remember one reading to the next. I saw some people call me for like another reading, like 6 months later, like, oh, you remember you said this? I'm like, no, I said it for you. I didn't say it for me. I don't remember. But sometimes I remember. I think this is really about understanding that it's the inside where the opportunities are. Like, it's in your heart, it's in your mind. Like, these are the opportunities that you already have. You know, sometimes I think we look for something on the outside. It's like, oh, if I only had that job, if I only had this relationship, if I only lived in this house, if I only had that car, it's like, oh, then everything will be perfect. It's like, no, no, no. It's like it's already perfect. You have to do some more digging on the inside to find out what's inside, what the opportunity is, and let your light lead you. Okay. And then the details are in the smaller cards. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Really nice. Really nice. All right. You've cried your tears from the past, and now you have to move forward into the future with creativity, passion, action toward receiving the love, toward receiving more inspiration. I have 2 aces here. So aces are really about new beginnings, right? And these are the 2 soft aces. You know, the Ace of Pentacles is like, here's an opportunity in the physical world. And the Ace of Cups is this, I mean, the Ace of Cups is like, got this own energy to it. The Ace of Cups is like the blessing of heaven, basically. But the blessing of heaven, and out of all the cards, the big card here is the Hermit. And the Hermit is really about going deep into the inside of your soul and finding the light that's there and letting that light lead you toward your highest good, your highest healing. That is what's going on for Sagittarius. It's a very spiritual type of reading. Okay. Next is Capricorn. Right. Ah! Okay. Hi, Capricorn. Okay, let me write it down. Efficient, Virgo rising. 40. Hi, Capricorn. This is the Summer Solstice reading for you. Solstice readings are on sale through the 26th. The information is below. I have lots of books available for purchase. Classes begin on the 26th. Please join. Nancy is doing better. Go to her channel and like all her videos. All right. 1. Come on, I just shuffled. 2, 3. Capricorn. The Hermit. The 2 of Swords. The 6 of Pentacles. All right, the Hermit, I told you before, is really about like going within, finding the light within. This is really a card of choice. And the thing is, it's like she's blindfolded, so she can't rely just on her senses. So she's got to rely on really her feeling. She's got to really, she can't see the whole picture. And the whole picture really resides in her heart, right? If you're letting your light lead you, then your heart has the answer toward balance. But this is also a card of giving and receiving. So I feel like there's this energy of letting your heart, like, how am I bringing value? How am I bringing value to my community? And how is my community bringing value to me? And to really look at that in a really meticulous way. Because, you know, it might be that the community you're involved with, it's like either I'm taking too much, you know, I'm expecting too much, or I'm giving too much. and a new balance has to be formed. And then the details are 1, 2, 3. Wow. The transformation needs to happen. Something has to die so that something else can come up and live. Your old way of thinking is not going to work anymore, and you can't revive it. And the denial has been broken. So there's something you really need to look at in terms of how you give and receive. How you give and how you receive. And like a new balance has to be implemented, right? And it's really transformative. Because the old way is just, it can't work anymore. And you know it's true. You've really looked at it. And some changes have to be made, for sure. For sure. Oh, you know, I've been supporting somebody financially for a long time, and what for? Or someone's been, you know, giving so much of themselves and I give them nothing back, or something like that. Really incredible. All right, that was Capricorn. Next is Aquarius. I'm doing well, because last time I was here for 2 hours, I think just because I'm throwing 6 cards, because sometimes I throw 15 cards. All right. So this is how I do the solstice reading. I usually do a 12-month reading, unless you want a 6-month, which is fine. But I do 12 months, so I do from the 21st of June from this year to next year. And I throw 12 big cards, and then I throw 12 smaller cards for the details. And, if there's one you don't really get or you don't really understand, you throw more cards on it. It's not like, oh, I only threw 24 cards. I'm really not like that. All right. So if you're interested, it's all below. It's on sale. Capricorn, Aquarius. Okay. I didn't miss anyone, did I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pisces. You know what it is? I'm not starting. Then I have to do Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, sorry. Oh, Aquarius is at 48.05, let's say. Hi, Aquarius. Sorry for the mix-up. All right, this is for the solstice. All my marketing stuff is below. Balance. Okay. Maybe you've had a relationship with people that has been very fair and balanced, but now you're realizing, like, maybe I'm giving too much, or maybe I've given too much away. And now it's time to take the ideas that work and run with them and, go to another play. You're like, maybe the people I was involved with, now this could either be, I mean, he is the card of the thief. And, but sometimes I don't see him as so negative. It's a yellow background after all. You know what it feels like? It feels like, okay, I've worked at this company for a long time. And I learned the lessons I was supposed to learn. And now I'm going to take that experience and go off on my own in order to be more secure. Okay. Whoops. And the devil's in the details. I don't mean to bring up the devil card. If I did, oh my God. And the detailed picture is like, aha. Yeah. All right. There was something that's super duper established, maybe the family, maybe like a community that you've been involved with, right? But you're taking your stuff and going without fighting, without, getting into a whole, it's kind of a truce card. It's like, I don't really want to fight anymore. I don't really want to, I don't want to be right. I don't need to be right. I'm just walking away so that I can be more secure, established, and I'm willingly giving up what doesn't work anymore. Really clear, actually. Really clear. And the big card was the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is this energy of pause. It's the energy of seeing things from a different angle. But at the end of the day, it's really like a willing self-sacrifice. It's like, yeah, okay, maybe I worked for this company for a long time and, there were perks involved, but they're not strong enough to keep me there. I'm willingly giving that up in order so that I can be more established, more secure, more the king. Okay, Pisces. Now, I hope you're still here, Miss Orchid. All right. Pisces. The thing is, when I start with different signs, then Pisces isn't always the last. All right. With bated breath. It's so funny how we use that verb baited, and we only use it with bated breath, but I can't think of another time that you use that verb, right? It's funny how certain verbs, certain words kind of go together. That's what I'm trying to figure out in Spanish. How do you say a big key, right? Is largo? Is alto? Like, is it long? Is it tall? Like, how do you say that? Like, what are the words that go together? All right, Pisces, away we go. I'm going to shuffle. It seems like the same cards keep coming up. My cards are a little sticky. It's a little humid here today. I love that I know everyone's sign. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Something is over and done. It's time to put that to bed and start on something new. And, that's kind of the message of the World card. Sometimes we all want to go back and fix it. It's like, oh, it's not perfect. It's like, it's done. Let it be. It's perfect as it is. Now moving to the next phase and get to work at it. And the thing is, he whistles while he works. He's totally into it. And it could also mean like mastering your skill or learning a new skill. And it's like, okay, I didn't really understand this, and now I'm going to go back in. I'm going to have a deeper understanding of it, right? And it's kind of physical. It is physical. And, the disappointment of like that past thing, I'm going to let it go. I still have stuff standing, and, I've had a change of heart. Maybe that thing that you completed, it was sort of like, well, I wasn't really satisfied with it, or I didn't make as much money as I thought, or whatever it is. And it's like, okay, let that go. Get to work on, the thing that, you really want to do, the thing you're really good at, the thing you want to really become good at, and let go of the disappointment. Right? Because, there's still stuff standing. Sometimes when you're in a job or in a project or whatever, it's like, what the hell am I doing here? And then 6 months later, it's like, oh, okay. I learned what I like. I learned a new skill. I learned, it served its purpose for the time, sort of thing. Like my apartment in New York. It served its purpose for the time. It was a long time, and I never thought it would end, but it served its purpose. It served its purpose. I got to live in New York, and the best days in New York. And it served its purpose. Yeah. All right. The Emperor. The Emperor, he's really solid. He's really determined. He's really authoritative. He's really in charge. And he's Mars. So it's like, get in touch with that passion. It's like, this is exactly what I want. This is the foundation I'm building. This is how I'm going to build it. If I need to get other people to do the work, I'll get other people to do the work. He's super freaking focused, right? And he has that energy of Mars, and Mars is the energy of desire. This is what I want, and this is the way it's going to go down. I'm the Emperor. The kings come to me, right? And then as you're working, you have a lot of passion and a lot of creativity and a lot of strategy. Great. Now, this disappointment that we were talking about, there's no denial. There's no denial anymore. The thing is, with this card, it's like I'm alone in bed at night, and I can't hide from myself. Yes, I had this whole experience with whatever. It was super disappointing, but at least I know where I stand. At least I know what the truth is, right? And that's not going to stop me, because sometimes it's like something is so disappointing and so heart-wrenching or whatever. It's like, okay, this is giving me the fire. This is giving me the fire to get better at what I do, to have a stronger strategy, or a new strategy that I'm passionate about, in order to be stable and solid and clear about my desire, about what, the Emperor. The Emperor is, in charge. So that's the energy. Very interesting. But I think this is a very important card. I think this is the most important thing. I remember I was reading for somebody in person, and sometimes I go to this, like, what do you call it? Like a language exchange. And I bring my cards with me sometimes. I charge them very little. And this woman didn't give me any details. And she's like, well, should I continue with this project? And like, once I got this card, like the whole thing came through. It was almost like the whole reading was that card. And she'd been working on a project for 10 years. And I was like, it's done. It's over. You need to move on. But. It's like, no, it's done. It's over. You need to move on. But. It's like, well, it's like, that's why you hire a tarot reader. And then she got into all these details about it, and it was like, oh boy. So sometimes we need to let go of something, to look at it from afar in order to process it and get busy in the meantime. Don't just sit around and contemplate, oh, what if, that ain't going to do you any good. All right. Oh, I missed the timing. Gosh, I'll have to go back. I missed that. I didn't write down the number. All right. Who comes after Pisces? Well, Aries. All right. I have to go back in and do Pisces. I hope it made sense, Ms. Orca. I mean, I kind of felt the reading. That world is the key. The world is the key, And the good news is you have the Eight of Pentacles there. The Eight of Pentacles is like, I love my work. I love doing what I do. I'm going to get better at it, and like I'm in it, like I don't eat, I don't smoke, I don't pee, I don't answer the phone, like that. Okay. So Aries, let's do Aries at Let's wait till 60. I mean, it's ridiculous, right? Hi, Aries. Oh, it's 1. It's not 60. Hi, Aries. Interesting that you start at exactly on the hour. This is the summer solstice reading for Aries. Check out all your other signs. Classes begin soon. Books are available. Readings are on sale. One, 2, 3. Wow. Wow. I think you're going to see where you're tied in an unhealthy way because you've been sitting and contemplating about it, right? And I think you're really going to get the revelation because this one is really up for a revelation, right? Sitting in the church, really still, really contemplative, kind of meditative. The light is here. And once you get what's really clear, you know where you have to move. You know, you're going to move from a place of turbulence into a place of calmness. The other thing with this card is first of all, there's no turning back. It's Lot's wife. There's no turning back. There's nothing there. Nothing. There's nothing in the past. And you're being led by a benevolent female ancestor. Really clear. And, you know, the El Diablo can be about anything you're tied to that's false, a false path, a false habit, an addiction. An addiction doesn't always necessarily, oh, it's food, it's alcohol. An addiction can be a way of thinking, a way of doing things, a person, a situation. And you're going to be able to see it and move forward, move away. Wow. And, you know, go and conquer what it is you want to conquer and be confident and move quickly toward this new perspective, a new revelation, a new idea, a new light that's more in line with fertility, with nurturing, with self-care. I'm really feeling this reading. I'm really feeling this reading. You know what I'm getting? I'm getting that it's like an unhealthy relationship. You know, it doesn't, that's not always love. Sometimes it could be a business thing. Sometimes it can be a landlord thing. It could be, you know, that, or there's a way that you treat yourself or that you're becoming aware of how you treated yourself, how this false belief, you know, maybe you live in like a crappy apartment, just for an example. And then, you know, you're kind of aware, it's like, I don't really treat myself very well. And I really like myself now, and I want a bigger space or a cleaner space or a place that's closer to the center of the city or closer to work or whatever. Or I really want to make this place. I've been living here for a long time, and I need some plants. I need some new clothes. I need, you know, maybe I haven't been treating myself well. That's what I'm really getting. That's what I'm really getting. Very interesting. All right, that was Aries. Next is Taurus. All right. Okay, Taurus. Better write down the time. 1:04:30. Okay. Hi, Taurus. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripe Color. This is your summer solstice reading. Readings are on sale. Solstice readings are on sale. Classes begin soon. Lots of books available for purchase, either in physical or in digital. And actually, I put all my digital stuff on another site. I've been working really hard, and I'm building another site on top of it. That's why I'm in around. So all the shadow work, I put together a shadow work kit. So that includes a meditation and affirmations and a journal. I put that together as a kit. That's all below. And I have the Tarot Decoded book. I have the shadow work Tarot workbook. I have been very busy the past few months, and I'm really quite proud of myself because I've actually gotten stuff done. All right. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Wow. I've taken responsibility in receiving more love. I've taken responsibility for myself, and I've taken my creativity in hand, and I'm willing to allow a new healing and a new love to come through, a new intuition to come through. And I know that it comes from the inside. Really powerful. Really powerful. I have to shuffle. I wish I had like a, don't they have machines that shuffle? They should have an automatic shuffling machine. I could sell to all the tarot readers. The cotton gin. The cotton gin of for tarot readers. 1, wow. 2, 3, look at this. I have the Ace of Cups twice. I take responsibility for all the love I receive. I'm passionate about receiving love, healing, intuition. Beautiful. I'm going to sit and let the light come over me. I'm going to sit and recuperate and meditate and stabilize my thoughts and allow the blessing of heaven to come and to heal and to refurbish, renew me emotionally, physically, my heart. It's really beautiful. I've looked really, really close about, it's interesting. I've looked really close at the choices I've made and the fantasies that I've had. And now that I have allowed the light of heaven and my light in here to lead me, and I take responsibility, it's almost like the genie shows up, right? And you have 3 wishes, right? And it's like that little moral tale. Oh, I want $1 million, whatever. But before you make the choice that the genie, like your 3 wishes, it's like, I'm going to really sit in my heart and say, what is it that I really want? What is it that can really bring me health and healing and hope and happiness? You know, what's the most important thing that would make my heart sing? Instead of like, oh, I want a mansion. I mean, there's nothing wrong with wanting a mansion. But there's something, because the thing is about the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, you know, it's really the one that's based in the heart. The Ace of Cups, when I pull it, I just feel something in a way that I don't with the other aces. Maybe because I'm a water sign, but it's a renewal. It's a renewal of the openness of the heart. That's what's going on, right? And also because I had the 7, I put it away already, but I had the 7 of Cups, you know. So why are they in cups? You know, they're in cups because it's like, this is what I love. This is what heals me. This is the elixir. It's like that. That's the energy. So you have to choose. The thing with the Seven of Cups is like you have to choose really wisely, right? Because it feels like, especially with two aces there and the king, you know, who really like takes hold of it. It's like what you choose is what you're going to get. Like what you pay attention to grows. What you choose to go after is what, you know, you're going to receive. Okay, that was Taurus. Next is Gemini at 1:10:25. Hello, Gemini. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripe Color. This is the solstice, the summer solstice reading for Gemini and for all other signs. Go check out your rising and your this and your that and your that and your this. And for every rising and every that, for your friend, for your mother, your brother, your sister, your neighbor. Your brother-in-law. All right. I have a real Brooklyn Jewish accent. That's what I have. I have a Brooklyn Jewish accent because there are different Brooklyn accents, actually. So, like Barbra Streisand, Woody Allen, Bernie Sanders. It's a Brooklyn Jewish accent. That's what it is. All right. Because the Brooklyn Italian accent is a little bit different. It's very close, but it's a little bit different. 1, 2, 3. Gemini, thank you. I'm glad you said Gemini because I know where I wrote it down. All right. 1, 2, 3. The Ace of Cups has been coming up like crazy. All right. This is the empath. This is the empath. She feels it. She feels it the way a mother feels a child's pain, the way a mother feels a child's joy, right? So she's in this state of being completely open-hearted, right? And then she realizes what doesn't hold water anymore, what doesn't work anymore, what doesn't stand. And she's going to go in and heal it. It could also be, you know, you see something on the outside, and instead of hating it, you love it. You love it in order for it to bring you closure. Okay. So it's interesting. We're getting toward the end because after Gemini, it's who's my last sign? All right. So interesting. Because the Ace of Cups has come up quite a lot, and the other card I think that came up a lot, the Emperor came up a lot. The Emperor. So it's about stabilizing the heart center. All right. Double. Wow. All right. This is what I'm getting. This is like the empath watching her own loving energy going out, but also witnessing her own loving energy coming in toward her. Yeah, there's an energy sometimes in that card because she's like the loving mother. She's like the loving kind of smothering mother. You know, sometimes like I make a certain food that you know, I can make French toast quite a lot here. I don't know why, but I do. but like it reminds me of like being a kid, and and I'm really, I'm making so much lately, like the past 8 years. I make it every day, but I make it like at least once every 2 weeks, and I've become really good at it. There's like it's like an act of love, right? And I have honey, and I have cinnamon, and then I put different fruits on it. Sometimes I put grapes. Grapes is really good, actually. Blueberries or bananas, or sometimes apricot or whatever. Figs. We got a lot of good fruit here. And it's this energy of I'm watching myself, loving myself, and I'm receiving the love that I have for myself to myself. That's what I get. And this thing that you thought was so important and so established and so wonderful that has fallen apart was an illusion. It was a freaking illusion. But love isn't. And the gifts that you received aren't. So, it's a very soft reading. It's almost like, let's say it's something in the family, right? And it's almost like when somebody passed away. I don't know why I'm saying this, but it's almost like when somebody passed away, you're really angry at them, right? Because they really weren't nice. And then, in order to love yourself and in order to love who you are more or in a fuller way, like the way a mother can, you're able to like love the situation because it brought me to where you are. I don't know how else to say it. I don't know how else to say it. I had a really blanked up childhood in so many ways. I can't even begin to tell you. I don't even want to get into the details. It doesn't really matter. Most empaths have that. And, it's really easy to be bitter, and it's really easy to be, I don't know, oh, this happened to me, victim and all that other shit. And but I realized it made me really strong. It made me really capable in a lot of ways. And it gave me a sense of compassion for others and for situations that I never would have had I not been through that, what I'd been through. So, in a certain way, I love it, even though it wasn't perfect, even though it was, fill in the blank. It brought me to where I am today, and I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful. I'm alive. I'm living in Mexico. I have a really nice apartment. I have a garden. Yeah, I want to sell more tarot. Yeah, I want to have more YouTube people. Yeah, I wish my books were bestsellers. I wrote books. I'm building a whole new website. I'll let you know when it's up. So, the overall feeling that I get from, I like to fit this one in that, it just, not the right size. The overall feeling that I get is is kind of this dig into, and when I mean dig in, I mean like invest in your heart and the things that bring you joy. Invest in the things that make you happy, that bring you joy, that bring you comfort, that bring you security, whatever those things are. And they're going to be different for different people. So, one of the messages that I got from the trees like a week or two ago was, we want to see you more often. Please come and visit us more often. We we love to be with you. We love when you visit. Not in a not in a needy way. In a really loving, supportive. It's like you're welcome here at all times, whether you believe you need us or you don't, whether you want to feel support, whether you. please come and visit us more often because we love when you're here. I mean, come on. So I'm trying, and I really wanted to go today, but sometimes the weather just doesn't cooperate, which is rare here. So I'll get there. Anyway, so then my overall message is dig in to the things that make you feel comfortable, safe, warm, loved, admired, blessed. It could be cooking. It could be taking a walk. It could be calling your friend that you love. It could be making stuff, whatever. Dig into that. That is my message for the solstice. If you'd like a reading, they're on sale until the 25th. Classes begin the 26th. Pray and send loving energy to Nancy. Books available for purchase. Shadow Work Tarot Kit available for purchase. It's all below. Anyway, blessings, blessings, blessings. Thank you. You know what it is, Jen? I'm working on this other website, and I hit so many roadblocks yesterday. It's like I need a break. So I took a break, and now I'm going to take, maybe I have some. I think I have everything I need for French toast. Yeah, I'll make French toast, and then go back in. It's a rainy day. What else am I going to do? All right. Oh, and I have to go back and put the thing in and find out where Pisces is. All right. Blessings. See you soon. Bye.